Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are going to be going over the very hard guild quest characters and who you should bring for the no affiliation ranged week and then the captain melee week. I already know who I'm going to be bringing for the captain melee week, but let's just hop on in and let's see who we can bring for the sides and whatnot, and maybe find some alternatives if you don't quite have them. But if you guys enjoy, hit that like button and subscribe, and comment down below what team you might be bringing. Kind of curious, maybe I'll see an interesting team, and let's just hop right on in. Alright, and we are on the no affiliation range week, and by the way, it does have the freeze status effect on the ground, and if you bring a melee character, your attack and your melee damage is halved, so keep that in mind. So you'll probably do 0 damage if you bring a character that is melee. So right here, we already see 3 pretty good options: the Macy, 8th anniversary Ichigo, and the new Asnot. Really curious to see how he will perform, because a lot of people are kind of thinking that both of the new characters were designed for guild quest, which is why they just got like a basic shield. Kind of curious to see how that goes. And what is Macy immune to? Alright, so Macy has no immunities, but what I think I'm probably going to end up doing is probably end up bringing Macy along with 8th anniversary Ichigo on the side, and then going to bring a booster like Masaki. Masaki is probably going to be the best ranged no affiliation booster. I'll probably end up bringing her. That'll probably be my pick. I want to try Asnot, but I don't know how well it'll go, so keep that in mind. I believe that's what I used last time. I don't even know if we've even had this guild quest before. I actually can't remember. But that is going to be my go-to team at the moment. Macy is only 2-5, Ichigo is 1 out of 5, and Masaki, fortunately, is 5 out of 5 for me. She is completely maxed out, so that was probably the best choice for me. Now, in terms of like who else you should bring, let's say, okay, you don't have Masaki. Obviously, you can just bring any ranged booster. So other ranged boosters would be hence as Lunar Rukia, Jushiro. Momo's okay. I don't think she's that great though. You could bring these Tech Aizen, which is an amazing character. He doesn't need killer realistically to do really good damage. As long as he procs the attack boost, he should be fine. But he's there for the shield. He gives you a good boost. There you go. The Yukio is decent. I don't really think I would recommend bringing him outside of his killer week, since he doesn't have that insane amount of damage, but he's definitely usable. And then Maid Orihime gives you complete status immunity, which is amazing. This character is going to be good in literally every GQ week if you don't have the optimized booster. She has Enhancer, she has a boost skill, so she gives a 44% bonus to your attack, focus, and defense, if I'm not mistaken. So your nag character is going to go absolutely crazy. And then she also, yes, she has the shield, she has the heal, she has a complete shared status immunity. She's one of the best characters in the entire game, and she also has paralysis. Ever since Very Hard Guild Quest, she has been an absolute no-brainer for basically every single week so far. Now, characters like Christmas Yoruichi, she isn't going to be there for much DPS. Momo, I don't think Lunar Rukia will do that well either unless she's max transcended. Obviously, Jushiro, I don't think they'll do that well unless they are all max transcended. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. You could also bring Tokinata. I completely forgot that he was down here. Really weird seeing a character all the way down here and still be really good. I don't know how well he'll be without killer, but he has some really good skills, and he hasn't really fallen off, to be honest, since like nag characters haven't really gotten that much better besides like a character getting the gauge and the attack boost like the Tech Aizen. But he does have paralysis resistance, so keep that in mind. So unless you're like maining 8th anniversary Ichigo, which has shared complete status immunity, you will need to give him freeze immunity. Otherwise, it's just going to be Freeze City over here, or unless you have Maid Orihime as well on the side. But I don't really think you should bring 2 NAD boosters, or just 2 boosters in general realistically, unless it's your only options. Alright, so going back through, in my opinion, I think the best characters, I mean, Kaname could probably work as well. He has some pretty good skills. I don't think he'd be the hard carry. I think you would definitely just be using him for his SA2 to crowd control really well and keep characters in place, so that way your boosters and your sides can really just mop up the field. 8th anniversary Ichigo, kind of the same thing, but his damage output is way higher, so I think he would definitely be a good main. If you don't have Macy or Asnot, you could definitely try Asnot as well. Not sure how he will do, obviously. Haven't been able to really use him. Mine is only 1 out of 5 as well, so it's kind of like, eh. But yeah, I think Macy and Ichigo are the best 2 mains, and then Masaki, Orihime, Aizen, sorry about that, my video just got done rendering, will probably be one of the best side characters. You could obviously bring Momo, whatnot, but yeah, that'll be it for the no affiliation ranged week. Now going on to captain. All right, so I think it's blatantly obvious who the main is, and dear God, if you don't have her, I don't know who you could realistically use. Looking at this, it looks absolutely abysmal if you do not have Thousand or Blood War Unohana, which is why a lot of people are thinking that she's going to be rerunning next week. She could. I'm not saying she is, but she definitely could end up rerunning next week just to incentivize you to summon more before the end of month, before end of year. But they did rerun Toshiro after his guild quest, so they could potentially also do that. Not too sure on that one. You never know. Caleb is Caleb. Another good side character could be the past Yamamoto. He does have the debuff. He has Lacerate. All really good skills. Now, obviously, I don't think he'd be doing the best damage, but the status element on the ground, by the way, is paralysis, so he will be 100% immune to that. I believe Unohana just has complete status immunity. She doesn't have shared complete status immunity. If I'm not, yep, just complete status immunity, nothing insane. I mean, not nothing insane, as if that's not good. That's a really good skill, but it doesn't share to the other characters. Another good side character could be the Renjis. To be honest, I think they're both pretty darn good. I don't remember if they're boosters or not. He is not booster, but he has weaken and paralysis resistance, so it looks like he can be used in basically both weeks, if that's even still the same thing. That might have been from the last GQ, but he has some really good skills. He has start merit plus 10, so therefore he should stay at full stamina for quite a while, especially if you bring a character that can like maintain them and your Unohana just slaps house. He has increased killer effect by 30%. He has increased killer effect in guild quest plus 50%. Now, unfortunately, increased damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment is plus 100%. So that is kind of unfortunate right there, considering you will probably be bringing in Unohana, and she inflicts status elements, so kind of unfortunate. But you do have this Renji as well. He's okay. I thought he was way better, but he's actually just like kind of okay. He's probably just a Link. Yeah, you could try him. I thought he was way better, I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot what his skills were. He looks so similar to the other one that I just got him mixed up. I'm thinking of the Heart Renji. That is who I'm thinking of. As for boosters, you can probably just either bring the Yuha right here. He does have the enhanced booster, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, he has Enhancer and Booster, so he will be giving you the 43% attack, defense, and focus. He only has weaken resistance, so do keep that in mind. But I give my Yuha paralysis resistance and brave battles, so there you go. Give him that. I don't really like changing his skills, but he does have drain and paralysis, so that's some decent debuffs on his skills, on his strong attacks. But yeah, he's just there for the boost. I don't think he'll be doing that much damage unless he's max transcended, so he should be decent. The Chad is also a pretty good booster. He gives the highest boost, if I'm not mistaken. He only has weaken resistance, which is unfortunate because he was designed for the OGQ, basically. Like, he was a booster in the OGQ, but he's the PvP character. He has Enhancer, he has Booster. He has Long Range, which is pretty good, but only Flurry plus 1. You know, he'll be okay. He's just a booster at the end of the day. Now, if you're really desperate, this is another boosted character. You could end up bringing the Daddy Ichigo. He has have boost. He has weaken and paralysis resistance, so that's pretty good. He has bombardment, I guess, if you want to somehow use him as a main. I don't think you should. Now, unfortunately, it looks like he actually only has the regular enhancer. He doesn't have the boost ability, which goes from a 33 to a 43% boost in your attack, defense, and focus, which is pretty unfortunate, but he's still a pretty good character. Wouldn't really recommend it since he's really squishy and he probably is going to get absolutely eviscerated, since you can't just like jump in and soul bomb and one-shot the entire field, but he wouldn't be a terrible option. Another decent option I guess you could bring if you don't have anybody else and you're bringing like a Lacerate team, such as Yama. I believe this Renji has no status elements, never mind. So such as Yama, maybe, what is this Renji again? He brings Lacerate as well. So if you bring both of those two, and then let's say you need a third character because you don't have Unohana, you could potentially bring this character, the Kensei. He does have Lacerate. He only has weaken resistance, which is unfortunate, so you will need to bring a paralysis link and soul trait. But he does have the he has frenzy plus 1, which is okay, but he has damage to Lacerate enemies plus 60%, so that's pretty good. And he increases status element chance against technique attribute enemies, which is the middle character in there, the Shunsui, so he can do pretty good right there. Maybe he could, pop off, but he's okay. And realistically, other than that, in terms of like DPS or anything, I don't really think there's anyone else you can use. Please let me know if there's another character that I'm missing. Maybe I am. Like, this Kenpachi is decent, but he's literally just a brave battle character. Like, he has paralysis resistance, but let's be real, I don't think he's going to be all that. Like, he might be decent. He has start barrier, he has flurry +2. If you have a max incentive like I do, maybe he could work. Maybe. But that's kind of pushing it, to be fair. Alright, now these are all your boosted melee characters that you can bring. So you could bring Byakuya. He could be pretty decent there if you ended up pulling him. Riggatony, he's a really good booster. But obviously none of them are like absolutely insane. Because, I mean, they won't be doing much damage. They don't have killer. Soifan is really good because she does have these shields. So you could potentially end up bringing her. And she could do decent DPS as long as she is max transcended. Obviously, you could bring the Orihime as well because she has complete status immunity. She is a ranged character. So she will literally do nothing other than just put a shield on you and give you the boost. But that's realistically all you really need these characters for. Especially if they're only 1 out of 5. They won't be doing that much. Unless, you know, they have the melee boost and the killer affiliation like how Yuha has. So those are just a few characters. And this Soifan maybe, probably not. She doesn't have a shield. Yeah, I think that is pretty much about it. Nothing too crazy. Just looking at other characters, and that's realistically all I can really see. So comment down below if you know, if you find out a certain team that does end up working. Kind of curious if it's a weird or wacky team. But let's just go quickly over who I think you should bring as the best team. So I think it's going to be Unohana. I think it's going to be the Yamamoto right here, and then probably Yuha. Probably. It still seems like the melee captain is a bit weaker, but since you have Unohana, you can probably keep your entire team alive fairly decently. That's just what I'm thinking, you know, right off rip, but who knows? Maybe Chad as well. Chad could definitely be pretty good. Nobody's going to have killer against him, but obviously nobody's going to have killer against him as well. So that's just the team that I see. Obviously, I gave you a few options in case you didn't have them. Like maybe you go a full NAD team like Yama, the Renji, and then the Kensei full lash rate team. You could try that, and then maybe just swap one of them out for a boost. You could definitely try that, but that is going to be it for the Guild Quest video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below your team. Said this like 12 times, my bad. But hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Take care, and best of luck if you end up clearing the quest.